Welcome to the WrestleMania pre-show here tonight. We're going to set you up for all the matches tonight, all the good matches, all the big matches tonight. We're going to kick it off from the pre-matches and tell you what's going on with them, why they're happening, and what's going on with those matches. Just a brief explanation of if you've been under a rock for the last couple months, just to let you know what's been going on here. So let's start it off by the first match, which will kick off our pre-show, which is the number one contenders match for the Divas Championship or the Women's Championship, whichever they prefer. It's a battle royal over the top rope. Layla, Angie, Eve, and Kelly will compete in this. The winner, is heading off to get a number one contender match against the Divas or Women's Champion, whichever one they prefer. This not really much. This has just been a thrown together match, except Angie and Eve have been developing a rivalry, and we've known Kelly and Layla do not like each other. Just based on over the years, those two have not gotten along. Now let's get to the next match. This one right here is big for these rookies. You're at WrestleMania, big time match. The 6 rookies will be in a battle royal. The winner of this battle royal gains immunity from being eliminated in the first elimination of the season of NXT. That's Ryan Sparks, Ryan Duggan, CJ Detwaller, LeBron Wade, Cliff West, and El Caballero. El Caballero's in a situation right now where he's a masked wrestler, for those that don't know, but his pro told him to unmask at WrestleMania. So now the question is, how does he look behind that mask? And this right here is big. One of these rookies can save themselves from elimination. Who is it going to be? Only one way of finding that out, right? By tuning into the pre-show. Let's get to the next one right here. The next one's going to be... This one's been quite a while building up between these two guys. Tyson Kidd and Ted DiBiase versus Brett DiBiase and Santino Marella in an elimination tables match. Tyson Kidd, Ted DiBiase, and Brett DiBiase were part of a group called Generation. It's pretty much just what it means. Those guys are from the new generation wrestlers, according to those three. They were the new, but Tyson and Ted kept suffering losses, and they kept blaming Brett for the losses. So I guess they fired him, and instead of being fired, he came back and cost Ted DiBiase and Tyson Kidd a chance at the tag team championships. And I'm not gonna complain. I think Brett DiBiase did the right thing. You guys fired him. You didn't even tell him bye or anything. And you deserve that. Tyson Kidd and Ted DiBiase, who are calling themselves the greatest tag team ever, when they've never really won any matches, really. And Santino Marella joins this equation because, hey, he can join it. He's a boss like that. Alright. Now, this right here is the big one. Let's get to the main reason we're doing this. The big time WrestleMania. We're kicking it off with this big one. A Money in the Bank match. Sin Cara, Dolph Ziggler, Unico, Zack Ryder, Evan Bourne, and Chris Jericho. One of these men will climb up, retrieve that briefcase, and become the Money in the Bank winner, and have a chance to cash that up in a 1-year time span to cash that briefcase in for a WWE Championship or World Heavyweight Championship. Remember, everyone who's cashed in Money in the Bank has become the champ. It's a great way to kick off your career. It's a great way to levitate yourself to greatness. A great way to just to arrive here in the WWE. And, this one has a little bit everyone right here has dealt with someone in this thing. Chris Jericho has been dealing with Evan Bourne. Chris Jericho said that Evan Bourne's too soft. He believes Evan Bourne is too weak and will never succeed in the WWE because he doesn't have that killer instinct. And Chris Jericho wants to bring that killer instinct out of Evan Bourne. But we'll see what happens. Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler, this rivalry is building up since last NXT season. These two had rookies on NXT, and they kept going at it against each other, the pros, and it just goes back since then. You have Sin Cara and Unico. Unico dressed up as Sin Cara and attacked Daniel Bryan, making, Daniel Bryan think Sin Cara attacked him, but it was Unico, and this is just more about Unico saying Sin Cara is what the old Mexican wrestlers should be. and he believes that this is what the new wrestlers should be, just like him. The new Latino wrestlers should be like Unico and not Sin Cara and hide behind a mask. Let's get to the next one. This one right here has been building up since Survivor Series, but we just didn't know that that Mason Ryan was the man behind the car. Batista versus Mason Ryan and a steel cage match. This all happened at Survivor Series when Batista teamed up with Randy Orton to take on Mason Ryan and CM Punk. And, that one right there was a big one. We didn't know, but, Batista wasn't with us at the time. He came back. He was signed to ECW. He was the ECW champion at the time being. But after the night, he was hit by a car. He was ran over by Mason Ryan, who drove that car and attacked him. Batista was forced to relinquish. Pretty much he gave away his ECW championship. And Mason Ryan, he just stayed here in the WWE doing nothing, waiting for Batista. Batista came back, told us he knew the man who had ran him over, and it was time. He announced it was Mason Ryan. So he gave Mason Ryan the opportunity of this. Either Mason Ryan goes to jail for trying to kill Batista, or Batista challenges Mason Ryan to a steel cage match. Because Batista said, in jail, there's not enough suffering. I'm going to make you suffer in this steel cage match. I'm going to kick you in this, man. And now it's Batista, Mason Ryan steel cage match. This one's been getting big. Mason Ryan's excuse for running over Batista is he's tired of hearing the fans call him Batista Jr., all this and that. He believes he's more than Batista. He believes he's better and stronger and just better than Batista. Simple as that. Let's get to the next one right here. Big Show Kane. This one just barely kicked off last week, but it's been going on with Kane, and we know what's been going on with Kane. Kane, who believed he thought he was going to face... He thought he was going to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania after he beat Sting in that ladder match to get the opportunity to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Kane won that, but Taker told him, I don't want to face you at WrestleMania. And so he faced him on Monday Night Raw in an Inferno match. If Kane would have won that match, he would have faced The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And he lost the match. Kane, we didn't see him after that. When he came back to help Goldust in a match. They won the match. And then he came back next week on Superstars. And he lost the match to Jinder Mahal. And at that time, Kane went like, this isn't me anymore. I need to get away. This is just not me anymore. Kane came back next night with Big Show. They had a tag team match against Daniel Bryan and William Regal. Kane came out and he attacked his own partner, the Big Show, which pretty much eliminated them from the tag team tournament. Kane came back with his mask on, and ever since then, Kane's just been on a destructive path of Big Show. He's just been destroying anything, and it's like, and watch out, man. This is going to be a big, explosive match, a battle of two giants. This is going to be huge. These two have met before in the past, but this time Kane just looks like he's ready to end the Big Show for good. Next one, man. This one right here is going to be Team Ezekiel. Ezekiel Jackson, Booker T, Rey Mysterio versus The Core, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Wade Barrett. This is an elimination tag match, which is pretty much easy to tell, Ezekiel Jackson, a former member of The Core. He left The Core after The Core said that that Ezekiel Jackson has been holding them back, the three, Slater, Gabriel, and Barrett. And I don't know if that's true, but The Core later on attacked Rey Mysterio and Booker T and said they're taking over SmackDown and getting rid of waste like Booker, Rey, and Ezekiel. Guys like that. And it just came up upon these guys wanting a match, and they got their match. So at WrestleMania, they're taking each other on. The Core loses this match, they will disband. But if they win, this one right here, the new stipulation, baby. Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, they get title matches. That's right. They get title matches. We don't know what titles yet, but we'll learn. Remember, Heath Slater is the European champion. And at the moment, I don't know. The Core looks a little shaky. Justin Gabriel's just been thrown out to the Lions out there. You know, he lost his match against Heath Slater with the title on the line, the light heavyweight championship, and this past Friday night he was put in a match where Wade Barrett was supposed to compete. But hey, that's just what happens, man. Let's get to the next one right here. This one right here is, I think, one of the most anticipated matchup between two women wrestlers. And this one's going to be fought in a steel cage. Beth Phoenix versus Karma. Big time match right here. Been building up ever since Karma signed with the WWE. Beth Phoenix, Karma. This one kicked off at the Royal Rumble. Beth Phoenix was in a match for the Divas Championship, and she was one of the last Divas left against the current Divas champion, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella looked like Beth who had the match. Looked like Beth was about to become the Divas champion, but when out of the sudden Karma came out, handed over a chair to Nikki Bella, and screwed over Beth Phoenix, and Beth Phoenix lost the chance at the championship. And that one right there hurt a little bit. And Karma said she just wanted to take out Beth Phoenix. She just does not like her. She doesn't like Beth Phoenix going around saying she's the most dominant diva ever. Because Karma believes she hasn't even done anything here yet, but she believes she's already the most dominant diva ever. And she's ready to destroy anyone in her path. And why not put these two in a historic matchup for women wrestling in a steel cage match? This one's big, ladies and gentlemen. This one's going to be huge. You don't want to miss Beth Phoenix versus Karma. Just so much build up into this match right here between these two ladies. Next one right here comes from the land of extreme. The ECW Championship in a scramble match. The champion RVD versus JBL versus Kurt Angle versus Jeff Hardy versus the newcomer, the rookie Diego Diaz, who is the hardcore champion and the cruiserweight champion. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this match works simple. There will be two guys to start off the match. If you get the pinfall, you become the new champion. If you can hold whoever has the last pinfall, win by the end of the match is the champion, the official champion. So, you know, this was going to be a tough one for RVD. I guess, you know, the odds aren't all against him, man. He doesn't have much of a chance at winning this, but this right here is big. The ECW guys have a chance to prove themselves. And here we go. This is going to be a big one. That ECW match, man. Expect extreme things from those guys. Especially in a championship scramble match, man. Let's get to the next one right here. This one right here, mixed tag team action. AJ Lee versus Jerry Law and and Jerry Lawler versus Michelle McCool and Cody Rhodes. This one just was also another one that just came together. Except AJ Lee and Michelle McCool have been fighting ever since before the Elimination Chamber. For that women's championship, Michelle McCool said AJ Lee is too small, too short, and not good enough to be a Divas champion. And AJ has already proven to Michelle McCool and Layla that she can beat them any night of the week. She just beat Layla at night, the first ever Wednesday Night Divas, and the first ever match at Wednesday Night Divas for the Women's Championship. So she retained her championship, and she beat Michelle McCool at the Elimination Chamber for the Women's Championship that she defended well, AJ Lee. Jerry Lawler, Cody Rhodes. This one, Cody Rhodes is just tired of Jerry Lawler talking. He just doesn't like Jerry Lawler talking about how Cody's all smug and all this. He wants Cody Rhodes to represent him well when he's behind the mic. But Jerry Lawler said, nope, I'm not Michael Cole. I'm not a tool like Michael Cole. And this one just hit a nerve on Jerry Lawler right. Cody Rhodes, Jerry Lawler. That one's big right there too. Next one right here. Another championship match. This one right here can be the showstopper, the one that steals the show. The Intercontinental Championship on the line. The champion Kofi Kingston versus the Riley Sparks. Big time match, man. This guy came in first night of action. He screwed Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne out of the Tag Team Championships. That's right. He did that in his first night. And after that, he told him, I want that Intercontinental Championship. Riley Sparks won a triple threat match to become the number one contender for that Intercontinental Championship. And ever since then, he's been attacking Kofi. But Kofi's been in the last 3 weeks, he's had a good advantage over Riley Sparks. He's been playing that simple mind game. And it looks like a fair matchup right now. That's gonna be a good match. And we did see a little preview of it on Friday Night SmackDown. And we saw Kofi was just going at it against Riley Sparks. Next match is a big one. A little tag team action for you. Simple Flies tag team action. A tornado tag match. R-Truth and The Miz. Awesome Truth versus A-Rod, Alex Riley, and John Morrison. This one right here, it's like each man just have history with each other. These guys are like, whoa, with each other. The Miz blames Alex Riley for costing him the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. And after that blame, Alex Riley just couldn't take it anymore and just went after The Miz. And this match is just going to be explosive. The Miz and Alex Riley had a match out of the Elimination Chamber. And my God, that was one match I didn't expect to be that good. And it was good. So are they going to repeat that magic? Especially with R-Truth and John Morrison. R-Truth, John Morrison, former tag team partners. R-Truth said John Morrison was just annoying and bugging the living bejesus out of him. And that the voices in his head told him that's not dump John Morrison. He's just a regular little Jimmy. And that's this match going on here. Alright, let's get to the next one. The next one, these two have faced each other in the past before, and they're going to keep doing it and doing it. And it's all for this one prestigious championship, the United States Championship, in a last man standing match. Sheamus versus the champion Mark Henry. I don't know what to say about this because it's just been so much history between these two in the last months. Sheamus and Mark Henry have competed for that championship. Sheamus lost the title to Mark Henry. He challenged him later on in a cage match. Sheamus lost that match, and after that, we thought Sheamus was done for a while. He was dragged off in the cart. He came back 2 weeks ago. He came back to take on CM Punk in a match, in a Pick Your Poison match. And after that match, he told Mark Henry, I'm coming for you. But the last Raw we just had, Sheamus had to run a gauntlet match in order to compete at WrestleMania for the U.S. Championship. And the third man that came in, that's right, you guessed it right, it was Mark Henry who came in to take him on, and Sheamus beat him. So is this going to be, the Sheamus now have Mark Henry's number, or what's going to happen at WrestleMania? Big time match for the United States Championship. Hopefully we see something special. Don't forget, it's a last man standing match too. This one right here is for the prestigious World Heavyweight Championship. 4 former members of a stable called the Stars will take each other on. The World Heavyweight Champion Shelton Benjamin versus Juan versus Drew McIntyre versus Jack Swagger. 4 men competing for this World Heavyweight Champion. Everyone has a 25% chance of becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. Remember, this is the elimination match. So whoever's the last man in this becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. It's going to be big, man. Big time match. This one's kicked off since the Royal Rumble when Shelton Benjamin cashed in the Money in the Bank on when they were members. Juan, he cashed that Money in the Bank in on him when Juan became World Heavyweight Champion and betrayed Juan. And Shelton, I guess Drew McIntyre and Jack Swagger followed Shelton Benjamin and stayed in the Stars, and they kicked out Juan. Juan later on, after the Royal Rumble, the SmackDown that followed, was taken out by Drew McIntyre and Jack Swagger. And he believed that it was not right. So he was given a job by Teddy Long to become assistant general manager. Because we thought Juan was out with an injury. We thought he was out for good because he had an eye patch and apparently he had an eye injury. We all believed that. At the Elimination Chamber, it was like Shelton Benjamin retained his title after all of us thought he would fail. But after the Elimination Chamber, Shelton Benjamin just put the gauntlet down against him by the general manager, Juan. Juan became general manager because of Teddy Long being ran over by a car. Juan put he put everything against Shelton Benjamin, but yet Shelton Benjamin found a way to stay champion. He found a way, even when he put Drew McIntyre and Jack Swagger. That was the night that the team just dismounted. It just was like, man, it's over. This is over. When Shelton Benjamin had to face Drew McIntyre and Jack Swagger, the world champion against the tag team champions. The titles were both on the line, and Shelton won, and Jack Swagger turned his back on Drew McIntyre. It was big for this one. Quan later announced it would be Shelton Benjamin, Juan Drew McIntyre, and Jack Swagger in a match at the WrestleMania pay-per-view for the World Heavyweight Championship. And later on that night, he told Shelton Benjamin, this eye patch, it's fake. This whole injury, it's fake. I just wanted my rematch I never received again for my World Heavyweight Championship. So, here we go. This one's going to be a big elimination match. It's going to be big. Make sure you watch it. World Heavyweight Championship on the line. The next one, the Divas Championship, Falls Count Anywhere. Natalya versus the champion Nikki Bella. These two have fought before in the past as well, especially in that controversial ending at Wednesday Night Divas, when Natalya and Nikki Bella went for the pin at the same time. The video goes to show, in my opinion, Natalya got the pin first, but Nikki Bella apparently got the win. They gave her the match win. So, and Natalya believes that Nikki Bella did a little backstage activities to stay champion. But we don't know. We'll never know. So that match right there is going to be brutal right there. Remember, this is going to be Natalya's 4th try at the Divas Champion. Nikki Bella has gotten away all those times, but not even by a clear win yet. So we'll see what happens. Next one, we're going to finally have tag team champions here in the WWE. That's right, the tag team championship, the tag team tournament is finally over here. The finals, Daniel Bryan and William Regal versus Michael McGillicuddy and David Otunga. Winner of this becomes the tag team champions, and that's going to be big for those guys. Daniel Bryan, William Regal, those two guys are just experts at wrestling, experts. Michael McGillicuddy and David Otunga believe they are what wrestling needs. That they are the prototypical wrestlers. That they have the muscles that Daniel Bryan and William Regal have. This is just a pretty much I'm better than you match. But we'll see what happens there when David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy face Daniel Bryan and William Regal. Ladies and gentlemen, this one right here is the end of a career for one of these two men. Edge, Christian, best friends, former tag team champions. This was one of the greatest tag team combinations ever. Edge and Christian in an Iron Man match. It won't be a 60-minute match, but it'll be a 20-minute Iron Man match. Christian, Edge, the end of their series, their end of the 7-match series comes to an end. Tied at 3-3. This is big right here. Christian, Edge, so much history. Christian cost Edge the championship, the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble. And this is what we've turned to now. Christian, Edge, just a great tag team, man. And Christian believes that Edge is the Marty Jannetty of the group. That Christian said he will have a better career than Edge. And we'll see what happens. Maybe he ends Edge's career. That right there's a big milestone. Ending Edge's career. Being the man that put him down. But Edge believes he still has plenty left in his career. And he believes it's over for Christian. And Christian's just going to be the second best to him. But 7 matches, those 6 matches are already passed between them. Great matches between Edge and Christian. And now match 7, Iron Man match. It's going to be special. You don't want to miss that one right there. 20-minute Iron Man match, Christian versus Edge. Now let's get to this next one. This one right here can change our landscape here in the WWE. Triple H versus Alberto Del Rio. This one is just started off the wrong way. Triple H's night back. He came back to announce he was going to have a couple more matches left in him. He has a couple more matches left in him. Alberto Del Rio comes out and tells Triple H, I want to face you at WrestleMania. Your career on the line. Triple H says, I don't need to give you a match or anything. You haven't proven anything to me. At the end of the night on Raw, Stephanie McMahon was found in the back, just attacked, man. She was attacked. And at the Elimination Chamber, Del Rio told Triple H, I'm going to tell you who did it. Kevin Nash came out. At that point, we all believed Nash was the attacker of Stephanie McMahon. But he wasn't. He wasn't. As later we found out, Kevin Nash telling Triple H, I didn't do it. I didn't attack Stephanie McMahon. I don't know who did, but I didn't. I just wanted the money. You know, I had those financial problems. I just wanted the money from Del Rio. And next time, Del Rio told him, I'll tell you who attacked him. Who attacked your wife? I attacked your wife. Because, now get this one. Vince McMahon told Alberto Del Rio to attack Stephanie McMahon. Vince just replied, I don't want Triple H or Stephanie running my company after I'm dead. And Triple H just went ballistic on that one right there. And this one's just been building up. So remember what's on the line here. Triple H loses, he has to get a divorce. Or the new option Mr. McMahon added, he can join the Kiss Mr. McMahon's Ass Club on live television on Monday Night Raw, following WrestleMania. That's what will happen to Triple H if he loses. But if Triple H wins, he will become the new. That's right. The new man in charge in the WWE. He will take over Mr. McMahon's job. Triple H will be the boss. And that's going to be big. That right there can change so many things here in the WWE. So much on the line in that match. So much to go for. Triple H has so much on the line on this one. Mr. McMahon put down his cards. And we're about to see what happens when Triple H and Alberto Del Rio collide in that ring at WrestleMania. This one right here, it's been just a match, a dream match. This right here is Icon versus Icon. The Undertaker versus Sting. The Streak versus the career of Sting. Not much else you can say about this one. This match is going to have everyone tuning this in. Can Sting be the man that ends the career and the streak of The Undertaker? Or The Undertaker remain his streak and have Sting's career end? Either way, this is the it for Sting. Sting said this is going to be his last match ever. And we'll see what happens if this will be his last match ever. But if he does beat The Undertaker, the streak is over, and Sting can finally, I think Sting will definitely cement himself as one of the greatest wrestlers by ending the streak of The Undertaker. Remember, Sting said this is more than just a match between the two. This is WCW versus WWF. The top guys taking on each other. And in a way, I guess he's right. This is big right here. These two guys were huge for their companies when their Monday Night Wars were going on, and this is going to be a big match, right? The Undertaker versus Sting. And just to add a little bit more, this past Friday night on SmackDown, Sting announced this to be a Hell in a Cell match. He wants all the stops. He wants everything going down. He wants people being tossed. He wants everything going down at WrestleMania. He wants to put this. He wants to make sure he dies in that ring. If he can't take out The Undertaker, he wants to make sure it's over. He wants to just finish the streak. And best way to do it is by putting Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell. But Sting, I don't know what he's gotten himself into. He's never competed in a Hell in a Cell match. And Undertaker is just the Mac Daddy of that match. Undertaker cannot. He cannot. I don't see Undertaker losing this match unless Sting somehow is that great, the great icon he says he is, and can just take out the Undertaker. But this match is going to be huge. Hell in a Cell, Undertaker versus Sting, WrestleMania, streak versus career. What's going to happen? This one right here. Generation versus another generation. The Attitude Era versus the PG Era. The Rock, John Cena. That's right. Two of the most entertaining men of their time. To the faces of WWE, The Rock, John Cena. going at it at WrestleMania. 1-on-1. Who's going to win this matchup, man? The Rock's been gone for quite a while. John Cena said he took that spot right there of The Rock. But The Rock doesn't think John Cena's been able to hold a candlestick next to him. The Rock believes John Cena is destroying with him, with guys like The Rock, Triple H, The Undertaker, Austin built. And he believes he's making the WWE soft and not legitimate anymore. But John Cena sees it the other way. He believes The Rock has turned his back on the fans, that he's the one. The Rock is the one that became soft and weak by playing roles of the Tooth Fairy, all this and that, little movies like this, and just being a total movie star and just turning his back on the fans. And we'll see what happens when The Rock and John Cena face each other at WrestleMania. Now, let's get to our main event. This one right here has been a big one for CM Punk. It's the WWE Championship match. CM Punk versus the WWE Championship Randy Orton. The WWE Champion Randy Orton. CM Punk is our Royal Rumble winner. He won the Royal Rumble. And he got the right to face Randy Orton. But for a moment, we thought it wouldn't be like this. It wouldn't be a single match between Punk and Orton. Remember, Mr. McMahon booked this match after the Elimination Chamber. He booked it for it to be CM Punk versus Randy Orton versus John Cena versus The Rock for the WWE Championship. The next time on Raw, CM Punk said he was going to boycott Raw alongside with his Nexus members. He was going to boycott Raw until he got what was rightfully his, because he felt that Mr. McMahon screwed him over. And I rightfully so. I think he did screw him over on that one. You know, putting The Rock and John Cena and what I think CM Punk earned by winning the Royal Rumble. You should be the only person competing for that championship. And then next time on Raw, in the boycott episode, the same episode as that one where Punk boycotted, John Cena and Randy Orton also boycotted that night and told McMahon, if you don't give Punk what he deserves, his one-on-one match, we're not going to compete for you anymore. And Mr. McMahon told him, I can make both of you like nothing. I can make anyone. I am the biggest thing here. I am the bigger than WWE. And I don't know, man. The Rock later on that night came out and told Punk, next week you and I can have a match on here on Raw. You beat me, The Rock, and I will leave you alone. I will not go to WrestleMania and compete in your WWE Championship match. But if you can't beat me, I'll see you at WrestleMania in a triple threat match for that WWE Championship. And CM Punk pulled off the win, and now it's CM Punk, Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. And ever since Punk won that match to make this a singles match, Punk has been just, I guess, aggravating Randy Orton. He's telling Randy Orton, you're going to have to get mad. You're going to have to become that Viper, that sick, cold-blooded guy you used to be, not this little doofus doinky thing you are now. I don't know if Punk had the right to say that. I don't think he did, but I guess we haven't seen the same Randy Orton. That Randy Orton that was just so destructive. Randy Orton was just so crazy. But remember, Randy Orton is WWE Champion for a reason, and he can pull off the win. And I don't know, man. He looked a little violent last week on the last episode of Raw. Big time. So this right here is our main event. CM Punk versus Randy Orton. You don't want to miss this one. This man right here could be match of the year, man. Just saying. The winner, it becomes WWE Champion. Randy Orton, CM Punk, WrestleMania. Hope you guys watch it. It's going to come up soon, actually. Coming up soon. So thank you for tuning into this right here. Thank you for tuning into the WrestleMania pre-show, because we have the pre-matches coming up next. That's right up next here on the channel here, on this right here. So make sure you stay tuned to those. It's coming as soon as possible. Oh, yeah, son.